Hello, in this video I will be doing the November 2018 higher tier paper 1 on calculator. Okay. I'll divide it up into a couple of videos to get through it all. Okay. Question 1, starting with algebra on this paper then, reasonably straightforward. Expand the brackets, so everything in the bracket gets times by 3x. So 3x times x squared gives you 3x cubed for 1 mark. And 3x times minus 2 is minus 6x for the second one. Easy enough. 1b, make g the subject of the formula. F equals 2 minus 3g. Okay, we're trying to get g on its own. That's what changing the subject of the formula is. And one of the sort of the golden rules is that g, if g is the subject, g can't be negative. So we're going to have to get that minus 3g positive. If we move it to the other side, that will turn it positive. So f plus 3g equals 2, which is one problem solved because it's not negative anymore. Now we need to get it so that g is on its own. To do that, the first thing we're going to have to do is get rid of the f, which is positive. So we're going to take it away. So that gives us 2 minus f. And then to get g on its own, the very last thing to do then is to divide by 3. So 2 minus f, big fractions, is all being divided by 3. Part C is to solve an inequality. Solving an inequality is basically the same as solving an equation, apart from the inequality sign in the middle. And you get the part 2 at the bottom, talking about integers, whole numbers. But to begin with, if we solve this inequality then, 7x minus 3 is less than 29. The minus 3 becomes a plus 3 on the other side. So 7x is less than 29 plus 3, which is 32. So 7x is less than 32. And then 32 divided by 7, which would be okay, but it's not going to help you very much when we come to the next line where it wants an integer, a whole number that satisfies the inequality. Right, so what you're going to need to do with that top-heavy improper fraction is make it a mixed number. So how many times does 7 go into 32 and how many remainders? It goes in 4 times. 4 sevens are 28, so there's 4 left over, so 4 and 4 sevenths. So the biggest integer then, the greatest integer, the biggest whole number that satisfies, it's got to be smaller than 4 and 4 sevenths, would be 4. Okay. Any bigger than that, and you've got bigger than the inequality. Any smaller than that, and it's not the greatest integer. Okay, next page. So this is a constructions question, sort of loci constructions. We've got 3 bullet points, so 3 things to do. First bullet point says we've got to be equidistant between AB and AC. Well, AB and AC are 2 lines. 2 lines making an angle is an angle bisector. So we need to sort of split that angle in half. I've got my compass ready. It's a little mark on AB, a same size mark on AC, and then find our midpoint to bisect the angle. And then I can get a straight line. We're told that point P is somewhere on this line, equidistant. I know it's gone wrong. So equidistant, so it's on the line, not closer to one or the other. P is on that line somewhere. Okay. Then we're told that we've got to be exactly 6 centimetres from B. So this is where you'll need to open your compass to exactly 6 centimetres, a little bit more. Put your compass on B. And go up and around. Okay, now what you'll see is that there are actually 2 solutions to make that a little bit longer. There's actually 2 places where the 6 centimetre arc crosses our equidistant line. So now we need to use our third clue to work out whether it's this point where they cross or this point. It says more than 10 centimetres from A. Now I've got my ruler set up, so if I put it on A, this one is only about 7.5 centimetres away. The question says more than 10, so the correct position for point P must be where these two meet, up here. Okay, so your final answer for this question, get rid of all of this stuff, there we go, is the furthest away point P, where the 6 centimetre curve crosses the equidistant line. Okay, so that's the end of that one. Next one's reasonably straightforward. Sharing in a ratio, that's the whole amount. 720 is the whole amount. So we're splitting it into 9 parts. So start with 720 divided by 9, which is £80, which is the value of 1 part. So 2 parts is £160, and 7 parts is £560. Okay, and then down the bottom there, reciprocal. Reciprocal means sort of 1 over. So this is 1 over 0.2. If it was a fraction, it would mean to flip the fraction, but when it's a decimal number, 1 over. Now, it says calculate the value. I haven't done that yet, because now I need to actually work out what 1 divided by 0.2 is. Okay? I mean, what you're really saying is, how many 0.2s are there in 1? You can count in 0.2s, that's easy enough. 5 0.2s make 1. 5 20 pences make £1. If you wanted a more formal way of doing it, 1 divided by 0.2, because we don't divide by a decimal, is to make the top and the bottom 10 times bigger. It becomes 10 divided by 2, which is 5. And remember, when you change the question to divide by a decimal, the answer stays the same. So I don't need to make that 0.5 now. As long as you do the same to the top and the bottom of your division, the answer is the same. So 5. Okay, part 4. You wouldn't normally expect to see a cylinder on a non-calculator paper. It happens occasionally. Okay, they told us that pi is 3.14 to use that because we don't have our calculators. You don't get given the volume of a cylinder in the exam, so you need to know this one. The volume is pi times r squared times h. Okay. There's no tricks here. The 10 is the radius, the 20 is the height. It's all quite nice numbers. So it's 3.14 times 10 squared times 20. 10 squared is 100, so 3.14 times 100, that's 314. Then times that by 20. So double it, stick a naught on the end, is 6280. We're working in centimetres, so this is centimetres cubed. Okay, so that's that one. What is the greatest whole number of litres that this cylinder can hold? So the conversion you'll need is that 1 litre is equal to 1,000 centimetres cubed. So we can hold 6 whole litres. There's a little bit of extra room, but not enough for a 7th whole litre. So we can hold 6 whole litres, that's 6,000 centimetres cubed. Question 5. Weird one this, because there's lots and lots of answers. Okay. In fact, in the mark scheme, it doesn't give a particular set of answers, but as long as your answers fit certain rules, then you are correct, I guess. Okay. So, we're comparing to the original set of numbers. It says all the numbers in our set of numbers have got to be less than 20, like theirs are. The median of the new set is going to be greater than the median of the set shown above. Well, if I put a heading sort of old set here, the old median, the old middle number is 6. So in our new set of numbers, the median has got to be more than 6. So any middle number that's bigger than 6 will get you a mark. Okay. It says the mean of the new set has got to be less than the mean of the set shown above. Okay, so the old mean, those numbers add up to 40, and 40 divided by 5 is 8. Okay. Now we're also working with 5 numbers, so our mean has got to be more than 8. And the easiest way to do that is to make sure that your total for your 5 numbers is bigger than 40. If your total's bigger than 40, your mean will be bigger than 8, because we are also dividing by 5 like the original set. Okay, and the range of the new set has got to be less than the set shown above. So the biggest take away the smallest. The range for those numbers is 12. So your range has to be less than 12, your biggest take away smallest. Okay, so if I put it down here, now remember you can have there's loads and loads of possible answers. So as long as the gap between those two is less than 12, as long as your middle number is greater than 6, and as long as the total adds up to more than 40, as long as your numbers do that, you're going to get full marks for this question. Okay, it's only worth 3 marks, so it shouldn't be too hard to find a set of numbers that fit all of those rules. Question 6. A bit of indices work here. The question at the bottom is not particularly nice, but the rest are okay. So first question, root 7 to the power 4. I mean, if I wrote it out, that's root 7 times root 7 times root 7 times root 7. And a little shortcut rule in surds is that when you have two surds exactly the same timesing by each other, root 7 times root 7 is root 49. Root 49 is 7. So those first two come out as 7. The second two there also come out as just 7. And 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, easiest rule in the world for indices. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. No workings needed. For this one, we're being asked to work out the square root of 9 times 25. 9 times 25 is 225. You're just going to have to learn your square numbers. The square root of 225 is 15. We don't often go to the power of 4, but it's not too bad. Okay, my advice would be ignore the minus for a minute. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So 3 to the power of 4 is 81. 3 to the power of minus 4, minus means reciprocal 1 over 81. Okay, it doesn't mean minus 81, they're trying to catch you out in the middle there. Minus means 1 over when the minus is in the powers. Okay, last bit of this question, this is not very nice. 4 times 2 to the power of 28 can be written as 2 to the power of n. What is the value of n? Well, they want this all written in 2's. So what you've really got to spot on this question is that the 4 can be written as 2 squared. Put that next to the other 2 to the power of 28, and using the rule of indices that says when you're multiplying you add the powers, you get 2 to the power of 30, but you had to get it all written in terms of, sort of 2 as your base value, and that's why I had to write the 4 as 2 squared. Once I'd got a 2 there and a 2 there, then I could add the powers together. So n is 30. And I'll stop there, and I'll do the next question on a brand new video.